Hey everybody, welcome back to another First Impressions video. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content on this channel as of late. Excuse me if if I haven't posted anything in a few days. I was meaning to watch this movie this weekend, but then a couple of things popped up, so I had to change the day to today. Today being Monday, this video being posted on Tuesday. I do plan on doing more content throughout the week, so it won't be another few days of silence. So don't worry, I will be having more content out on this channel very, very soon. But in the meantime, let's talk about Crimes of the Future. David Cronenberg, who you'll be maybe a little bit surprised when I say this, but this is actually my first Cronenberg movie. I have seen, I believe, his son's work, Brandon Cronenberg. I don't know if it's a son or a relative. He did a film called Possessor a few years back, which I personally quite enjoyed. And also knowing Cronenberg's reputation with body horror and with being very provocative and arresting type of filmmaker, I was expecting a certain kind of lens when I walked into this particular film. And the sun is blaring. There we go. Upon watching Crimes of the Future, the first thing that I was struck by, that I was not expecting, was how relaxed the film is. For Cronenberg possessing such a particular reputation, I was pretty off-putted by how relaxed the film was. It was, it didn't seem. There definitely are traditional Cronenberg ideas in this, at least to what I've been hearing about Cronenberg. There's definitely some arresting visuals. There's multiple autopsy sequences, one in particular involving a child that I think it caused some walkouts at Cannes, which I believe David Cronenberg was saying for a while, up to the release of said film, that he was expecting walkouts from the film. And that particular sequence is, a little bit hard to watch because it is within. You're seeing a child, being operated on. It's, it could be a little bit graphic, but the weird thing about it is that relaxed state that the film is in, because it's very relaxed. It's not as pressed or as edgy or as harsh as I thought it was going to be. The weird thing about it is, I think that for what Crimes of the Future is trying to be about, because at the core of what Crimes of the Future is about, it's about the morality of an artist, and within that, the discovery of the humanity that they have lost. Because the story is about two performance artists, basically a couple of sorts, Viggo Mortensen and Leia Sudux. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name. They perform autopsies, and the world has basically become. There's a line in the film that perfectly describes it, which is that surgery is the new sex. So with that, you get a lot of qualities in the film that it is definitely an erotic type experience as well, because there's particularly when you get to Kristen Stewart's character, she is like a lot of the erotic and pleasurable ideas that the film is wanting to insert. I feel like you feel it the most when you're around Kristen Stewart, particularly with one sequence with him and her and Viggo Mortensen. I'm trying to avoid a certain word, but I mean it's the word that pops to mind. At points, the movie is very horny. I'll just put it that way, especially with Kristen Stewart's character, and it feels appropriate. It doesn't feel distasteful, or because I feel like it could be viewed in that way, but it's like the world itself is very interesting, and the concept itself is very interesting. Um, but getting back to what I was saying, though, the weird thing about Crimes of the Future, with its relaxed state of being, I actually think that that's the problem that the film has, because with that, you're not getting a sense of resonance throughout the film, because the film is trying to be a kind of a meditative type, and with that, it's trying to feel in depth, but really it feels kind of light. Yet what it's about is, fairly uh, uh, I wouldn't say complex, but fairly uh, interesting. I don't feel like it's confined. Like it's not a huge movie. Like you're not seeing a lot of city or a lot of particular variety of images. It's a pretty standard. It's not standard and how do I put this? Like the movie retains a certain look throughout the whole film. It's not like it's going to many different landscapes. It feels very post-apocalyptic, and we're going through like alleyways and underground areas. Like there's certainly like a cult vibe to what you're seeing, um, and like the world itself is very interesting, and the ideas at play are very interesting. The problem is that the film just doesn't have enough resonance for you to really like be fully invested, basically, because like I said, at the core of it, it's about the morality of an artist. What is taking things too far, and and within just entering said waters, discovering the humanity within your own self again. So like the message itself is very unique and very interesting, and the way it's the way that message is represented through this these autopsies, and through just this idea, through this world. I think it's fairly interesting. I just wish that I was more emotionally invested into that particular particular idea, because I feel that the movie wanted me to be to feel that way, but I couldn't get to to those levels. I also feel that the chemistry is questionable. I think Leigh and Viggo separately are fair, but I feel that their chemistry is a bit of a trying to find the right word for it. Not as impactful, not as resonant. And Kristen Stewart, I actually think, is the best part, and she has a very small part in the movie. Again, she kind of represents a certain aspect of the film, in terms of its moods and its tones, and I think that in some respects, I feel like that's where the movie should have been, because I feel like that it's Kristen Stewart's performance and her character, I feel like, is more interesting than Viggo and Leia, but I can't say that I hated it. I'm a little bit divided on it, as you can tell. I think that visually, it's obviously in some respects quite arresting, particularly with that child autopsy. I think that the world is fascinating. I think the concept at play is interesting. I just didn't feel as much when I was watching, and I could see that the film wanted me to, because of its relaxed state of being, and this meditative and it's at some points abstract quality. And I feel that it just, like, it has the visuals, but it just doesn't have the emotions to really drive certain points and certain feelings home. You just feel you walk out kind of like half full, almost, like there's, it's like I have this, but I don't have this. It's like there's something that's missing, and I feel that it's the impact of it all, because I walked out of it feeling kind of mediocre versus and in some points confused, because I don't feel as certain as to how to feel about it. I can't say that I loved it or liked it though, because again I think structurally it's a bit kind of, it kind of goes through the motions. It doesn't really it doesn't really try to do anything very unique. What really keeps you engaged, like I said, is the world and this idea at play of the morality of an artist, and just making comments on art in general. Like that stuff's interesting, but I just wish that I was more emotionally engaged and in general engaged with like these characters, because I just feel that they were just not as dimensional as they probably should have. So it's a bit of a mixed bag for me. There are strengths to it visually and environmentally, but I feel that its navigation and its overall impact, I feel, is a little stale for me, and I wish it was more strongly felt. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Crimes of the Future. Kind of mixed on it. So you guys let me know your thoughts. Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? If you're in any way squeamish, definitely don't watch this. Like I said, there's autopsy scene stuff in it. There's a sequence involving a child. So if you're in any way squeamish, I would probably step away from it. But if you can handle it, you guys let me know what you guys think. And yeah, so that's it for my thoughts on this film. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will catch you guys in the next video. Might be a first impressions video, a topic video, who knows. But I'm definitely going to do more videos this week. I do promise you that. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.